Hi guys, Artie here, and Comcast is planning to spin off a majority of its NBCUniversal cable networks into a separate company for cost-cutting measures. And do you want to know what Comcast has named this cable channel spin-off company? I kid you not, it's literally called SpinCo. Yeah. Genius naming convention right there. They couldn't come up with anything better like USA Networks. Although to be fair, this may be a temporary placeholder name until they can come up with something less cheesy. At this time, it is unknown if Universal Kids will be part of SpinCo, or will remain directly owned by Comcast, but I'll post an update once it's confirmed. The only major cable network NBC Universal decided to keep was Bravo, which was a shocker. You'd think Comcast would want USA Network to be their flagship cable network, but it's actually Bravo, since it supplies the most important content to their Peacock streaming service. It used to be better back when it was free, but it sucks now and it fell off hard. So the main reason why Comcast no longer wants anything to do with these networks is mainly because of MSNBC. More specifically, MSNBC has gained a reputation for lying to its viewers and fueling America's already heated political division, which has resulted in dwindling viewership and the fleeting audience finding news sources elsewhere. And save NBC News because they don't want people associating it with MSNBC and stop watching it altogether. Getting rid of USA Network, Sci-Fi, and CNBC were probably just an afterthought, but they did so to save money, and this wouldn't be the first time. Comcast swiftly pulled the plug on Esquire, Clue, and most notably G4 TV, twice, which I've already made a whole video about why the revival failed, and I highly recommend you watch it if you still haven't seen it. Meanwhile, Paramount and Warner Bros. Keep zombie networks like MTV2 and Boomerang on autopilot for as long as possible. I'm unsure what the incentive is to keeping those channels up and running, so it must be doing something for them, and if not, I've come up with a few explanations as to why they hang on to dying networks for dear life. A. They don't want bad press for closing down and then fans of those networks online begging for them to bring it back, like what happened with G4. So instead, they're riding it out until the end. B. It could also be a pride thing, and they don't want to look weak for cutting off what is obviously dead weight. And C is that they're worried that closing down these dying secondary networks will start a domino effect and other companies will follow suit, which will be detrimental for the cable TV industry. It's just a game to see who has the guts to make the first move. In other news, it turns out that the DirecTV-Dish merger is no longer happening, due to the bondholders rejecting the debt swap. Yeah, that was a tongue twister. Which was required for the merger to actually go through. As a result, the future of the Dish satellite TV service looks bleak. I've seen some people celebrating this on Twitter, and I don't know if they're serious or not, but I personally don't see Dish going bankrupt as a good thing. Even though Dish has a bad rap, and is far from the best service, constantly having carriage disputes with media companies, they offer, by far, the cheapest service out of all the pay TV companies in America. It's better than the giant cable companies like Comcast charging absurd rates and then act all confused to why everyone wants to cut the cord. So Dish has done all they could to keep the rates low. If this merger actually went through, it would have created the largest pay TV service in the country and also the only major satellite TV service in the US. Smaller satellite TV companies such as Orbi TV had a good concept and business practices but sadly failed to gain traction. And others such as Primestar struggled and were absorbed by larger companies like DirecTV. As for DirecTV, they're more likely to survive since they have AT&T backing them, and they have slowly been making the transition to an IPTV streaming-based cable service, because those satellites in space are eventually going to come crashing back down on Earth someday. If DirecTV does shut down, they still have the AT&T Uverse cable provider to solely rely on. Thank you for watching. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, share, notify, and check out other videos on the channel. You may like them. Do you think other companies such as Warner Bros. Or Disney will follow suit and start spinning off or selling their cable assets? Let me know in the comments.